About my issues. I'm on YouTube right now. I know y'all hear me on my other account about this situation. We want to get something to YouTube. Texas House Representative. I reached out to the Texas Network about my account, and I had discussing a tax dollar, but me why I haven't messaged them the first time because about Social Security because I wanted the big Supreme Court to look at this. And I didn't want a favoritism in society where we can't be treated as equal. Social Security and disability can't be treated as equal. Like I said earlier, I've been analyzing Governor Abbott and Senator Ted and how people approach them. And if a worker like what I've been through, when a worker treat me bad, I'm the one that getting arrested. And if somebody come at you wrong, you the one that's arresting them. So y'all y'all have a problem here that the way y'all see things in the Texas House of Representatives and the way I see Senator Ted act and when Governor Abbott act, when people trying to address stuff, but if the other shoe around, and I'm observing y'all, and I'm observing you, when the other shoe is around, and your social security workers treat somebody wrong, you are protecting them and not protecting that other person. And that's what happens to me. Governor Abbott and Senator Ted and you Republican, y'all can't have it every way y'all want it. And I'm seeing this situation for what it really is, and I'm analyzing you and I'm studying y'all. So Governor Abbott, Senator Ted, I'm studying you and how you operate. But when it's your social security workers act up, they the one that's being protected. What about the disability being protected? And I'm seeing how you observe yourself. And I'm studying every close situation of you. I'm studying you. But the situation, what it is, when you're studying people and the way they act, and it's different from a social security worker, you're protecting them. And that's what happened to me and then other people. You're protecting them. How can we understand something that's being protected constantly in those situations? I'm observing you, man. I'm observing everything that's going on. I'm observing everything and how you operate. I'm observing your spirit. I'm observing you how you analyze things, how you do business. I'm observing everything of how you do, but it don't give it the right to you to give you the right if you don't allow people to approach you the wrong way, but disability get approached the wrong way. And I see how y'all operate, and when you study those moments, and I'm analyzing. I just want to tell you, I'm analyzing you. I'm studying you and how you do things. And when you study people and how things are being done in a way where Social Security workers need to change and the call center need to change, how can we analyze those things? Right? So I've been observing y'all. Every time somebody approach y'all, but if it's a worker, you're protecting them. So when I argued with this lady from the call center, and she talking about it's not like that, and I told her to look at the camera when the police officer, when I was getting treated wrong, protected the worker, and tried to arrest me. That is not right. So I'm studying. I want Governor Abbott to hear me. I want Senator Ted to, because I'm studying you. I'm analyzing your spirit, and I'm studying you. So when I analyze you, and I study you, and I study your spirit, and I analyze you, how can we come to a great understanding? Because I'm analyzing you, right? So if I'm in front of you, Senator Ted, and I'm in front of you, Governor Abbott, and we take how people come with you, come and observe you, and we observe how the social security worker treated me, we can tell a difference. Because when Governor Abbott telling person you out of line, and when the social security worker doing me wrong, nobody's not telling them they're out of line. So we are observing how you operate. We are observing how you operate and how you study. I'm observing your spirit behavior. I'm analyzing you. It's all about analyzing the situation and analyzing the spirit. Can you analyze? If I'm a reporter and I'm a news thing, I gotta analyze it. That don't mean I work for someone. That means I'm analyzing it. So I think when it comes to the state of Texas, they being a hypocrite. Because I'm seeing the way you operate and I'm observing your behavior and the way that people come at y'all. But if I was in the office of Social Security and I'm getting treated badly, they protecting your work instead of protecting the disability. And that's not fair. Who's gonna be there for us? And who, because other people are gonna speak up in Dallas and Social Security, and who's gonna protect disability when workers getting out of line? And that's what we need to identify. I want to tell a House of Representatives something. After my Social Security local office in Dallas would treat me bad so much, you know what I called? I started calling after the call center hung up, turned it, told me they kept. I kept calling, and I called somebody over. I called somebody after the 50 times they kept hanging up on me, telling me to shut up and taunting me. I kept calling, and I finally talked to somebody in Washington, D.C. And you know, when I got back there and I sat there with everybody, I started telling the customers, and I started interacting with the customers and the security guard, the white lady and the black man that treated me bad, and the workers. And I started sitting with the customer because they desk is behind the chairs of everybody. And that little section off of Next Highway is behind everybody. So when I started telling the customers I called over 50 times and I talked to somebody in Washington, D.C., the workers got scared. Your workers panicked. Everybody started, the black person that loved to treat people bad at the office, he panicked. The white lady, everybody started looking at me at my local office. Every worker, look at the facial expression. Look how the spirit behaved itself when I'm sitting in the audience. Even when I dropped that letter off with the call center told me the workers looking at my paperwork and the guy that treated me bad, he had a chance to call me at that whole 15 minutes that we stared at each other for 15 minutes. And we stared at each other for 15 minutes. And we did that. They had the guy, the Mexican guy, and the black guy, the security guard. He had a chance to call me up there when I'm sitting there with my little nephew, and he didn't. He stared at Hubert, what this is about. I could have told you because the security guard been saying sneaky shit and telling my business out on the phone. And I'm arguing with your call center. So that whole 15 minutes that we're looking at each other and all of y'all looking at it, then you want to stall me out and wait. You think I wouldn't know about it? Texas Operator, I know some of you got something to do with this situation and how your workers behaving themselves. So I want to let you know that I know that you're involved in this situation, and it's a matter of time till you get yourself in some trouble for letting your workers, your government workers, treat a disability wrong in the 14th Amendment. We had these things. So it's just a matter of time until, my family tell me you putting people in your business. The mayor started this. Y'all started this in the Dallas Galleria Mall, asking where y'all tax dollars at, and y'all don't support a disability. We'll give you the right to do that. We'll give you the right to do that. Y'all don't know how to treat disability. You don't deserve me. Let me tell you something. They have a black woman on live me talking about, and this is for the Texas House Representative. I don't need you because of whoever they looking for. But let me tell you, I have always found me. And God has always protected that because I never lost the sight of me. And I still have not lost the sight of me. But let me tell you my past. And I'm in a relationship with people and they let words and a woman can't stand up for herself. And let jealous family members and friends get in the way of happiness and true love because you care about what they think. I roll without you in this storm, and I'm going to roll again without you in this storm. And I want to tell Dallas, Texas, and Carrollton, Texas, and Marissa, I want them to hear me real quick. I did it without you before. It's a song that I like by NBA Boy. I remember going to Mirza house, and I played this song by NBA Boy. You was never by my side. And I remember playing this song with Mirza Cavalier, and he looked at me when I put on this song by NBA Youngboy. When I put on this song by him, and I told him, I want you to listen to this. I think he was by my house. One of them came by my house, my apartment. And when he came by my apartment, I put these headphones on. I told him, I want you to listen to this. When we start back hanging out, we have to hang out. And you was never by my side by NBA Youngboy. And Mirza looked at me. Once I played this song by NBA Boy, and because I communicate through music. And I played this song because me and Sabina, our relationship, we that's how we communicate. But dealing with Mirza, and I played this song all that time. You was never by my side, and I played that NBA Boy song when I was alone. You never, and he looked at me, and I remember that moment that I told him, "Look, I want you to listen to the song because this is how I'm feeling about you, Mirza. This is how I'm feeling about you." And the rest of your friends and Sabina and them. And I want you to know this is how I'm feeling. And he looked at me once I played that NBA Boy song. I've been holding this down without you for a long time, and I've been doing this without you. And God said, we're going to continue to do this. But when I remember, I think Mirza came to my apartment one time. When I had an apartment in Carrollton, Ladera apartment over there before they changed the name. And I'm in my apartment. Mirza came over there. And I played that song, man, Rick was hanging out. You was by my side. Never broke again. And I remember playing that song. And he just stared at me. Because out of all the bullshit and out of all the shit that you jealousy and all y'all pull, I'm able to still stand. I'm able to still push through. But this is not over with yet. This is not, my destiny have not finished yet. Sabina wanna not. I'm gonna tell you something. And I'm scared to fit this in because this got something to do with it. My life and all this Social Security stuff is with it. And she just wanna hear her point of views, and she tell me to get over myself. You get over yourself. This is my story. And everybody that lied with you, Sabina, and everybody in Carrollton, Texas, I don't need them. And you gonna try to get money. I understand, but God said you won't win. If you know what I know, you won't win. But understand this situation. God said you won't win that battle when I'm playing our music. You won't win. But that's what these stupid gang members and the people that Dallas, but I talked to Rick when people interact with our conversation in Dallas County, when they started confusion and got to Mirza. So I told Ricky and I told Samantha, Ricky, don't let nobody get to you like they got to like they got Tamir's a dumbass because he wanted to go against everything that we stand for, him and his cousin. They can have it. But they want us to get back together before they can do shit. See, they see me by myself now. And that becomes when the enemy of liars and mirrors are not acknowledged enough. They see me by myself and they see that as a threat. The music industry and the people in Oak Cliff and Fort Worth, and they see that as a threat. The people that did me wrong, that lied and terrorized me, terrorism in cause, gang affiliated, taunting, riot in cause, intimidated, riot in cause. That is the crime against your communities. But a street, let me tell you what a street person gonna say. A street person, they're gonna call you a snitch, but they come together because they don't care about nobody but they self or what they stand for. But other people getting mad at me talking about why he's not opening up. Because Dallas still lying. The community in the music industry still lying. The Mary A. Johnson still lying. City Hall members still lying. And as you plot, as you go, you want me to deal with your lies and your deceit. But they put, and you're not coming correct. God said, you got to come correct with me. And you don't come correct with me, you don't have me. I can't be the only one that's opening up here. And you're not pushing that relationship no farther than it be or whatever we trying to connect with each other. And you ain't pushing. Let me tell you something. I read this book and it talks about when I was in Walmart and all the customers coming to talk to me and stuff. And say, how you like it? Because Dylan Miller understand, like his Walmart family, his Walmart employees were just look at the interaction after I read the book. I'm telling them, when I was off of his clock and jealousy, you don't want to treat me right when I'm on your clock, and you don't want to treat me right when I'm off your clock. And the Walmart don't want to do that. But I'm telling the Justice Department to look when I got a book in my hand and I'm reading the book. And the people in McDonald's, look at the McDonald's that start asking you how you like the book that you read, right? They telling me that's a good book that you're reading. Yeah, but let me tell you, one of the books that we talk about relationship and somebody, we talking about how you holler at somebody the first time they reject and the second time. All of that is not the case in relationship because we're dealing with gold diggers and we're dealing with racism. And that's not always where you're going to get what you attract most of the time. And when you attract something, it can be with a racial intent, with attraction. So, and we can understand those things when I'm in that at that Walmart, and I'm gonna tell them like, look at me with the books in my hand, and I'm sitting there making. I told the Justice Department at that store I used to work. I observed me reading books, and I'm talking to customers. And Doug McMillan and his Walmart employees don't like that, but you don't want to treat me right. When I first met Rob was jealous. Rob was very intimidated at me when James was transitioning through Walmart and he was going to another store. I worked in the meat department and I'm stacking, I'm getting away pallets quick. And Robert was very intimidated of me. He would look at me, and you're going to be able to see that at the camera when Rob, his spirit behavior, and Rob going to have to be able to identify it. The Justice Department going to have to see with this store manager that he was very intimidated of me, the way I'm stocking, the way I'm doing things, the ability. Racism, the way the ability was. He was intimidated of what I'm doing. No, when Louisville closed down, Toys R Us closed down by the tollway, and the new store, they went out of business. Right? You know, I would love my kids to shop at Toys R Us. If I ever open up a Toys R Us again in the Lunar, I would love them to shop because they support disability. Miss Brittany, whatever, all the rest of them, they play a big part. But that's something Walmart don't do. Just because they sell a toy, they're gonna. Let me tell you why Walmart stuff is gonna sell. When I worked at Toys R Us, their toys was high, but Toys R Us need to work with lowering that price down too, if they ever want to come back in business. Baby or Rush or Toys R Us, you gotta work. The toys can't be 50 for this and this and that. I worked at Toys R Us. So understand these goals and understand these things and how things is. But the thing is this, we haven't, I'm feeling the spirit connection of each human that's passing by me in their car. Their spirit is being felt in the car. And they don't realize that your spirit is, I'm connected. God, your creator, and God, children are connected with you. So when you're passing me in my cars, I feel your body and your spirit pass me. So there's a little spirit behavior. Feeling the spirit in the car, not the car energy, feeling your spirit, feeling your body. Y'all will watch Tremors, the second Tremors, when they spray that the monsters can see the heat of the body. You ever watch that? The monsters can see the heat of the body. You ever watch that? That the monsters can actually see the heat of the body, right? So in the second movie, Tremors, they had the Tremors movie with the monster and they go underground. They had to spray themselves to stop them from seeing the heat of the body, stop them seeing the energy for the monsters to get them. The same way the connection here, where the cars are passing by and I'm able to feel your spirit. I'm able to feel those things. But understand these things and how we are coming in this situation. What I'm trying to say, I'm trying to tell them in Dallas, this is my story. Nobody in my past, my ex, and none of them don't want to hear me forget them. I don't want them to do however. And it's time to move forward. People want to stick me in this community, and it's time to move forward. If I want to find something that I never found for one, I got to go somewhere I've never been. I got to do stuff that I've never been doing if I want to find something powerful and understand it. NBA boy said something, what you looking for? Me. I already found myself. And you know how I already found myself? By going back to when I was 14 or 15 with Selena met me. But understanding all of those things when I was already over my understanding, all of those things of understanding those things. Myself have already been found. But if I want to get something I've never been and be in a relationship that I've never been in, I have to find those things. Let me tell you, the street niggas got everybody in their pocket. And I'm not out to deal with that. I'd rather date a movie star or date a country star than date a hip hop star. And that's just the point of views that, I don't want to deal with people that want to do comedy and they want to do, because it's too much conflict in that matter. And I know what I want to attract. I don't want nothing that's going to cause confusion in the music industry. I want to date a movie star, whatever that. I don't want nothing that's gonna cause conflict. I don't want nothing that's gonna cause conflict, and I have to understand what I want to make that bond. Because if you're dealing with entertainment women, you're dealing with music, and you're dealing with hip hop, and you're dealing with those type of things, don't date your same people that's in the same business as you, because that can cause conflict. And understanding where that at. You gotta, if you want to understand something that you never understand. And I made up my mind about this situation. And people gonna try to copycat off of me. I made up my mind of what I want. So it's about you know what you want to attract, and you know what you want to bring to the table, but you're gonna have to stay in your powerful lane for people not to break that. Because I can interact with any woman, and a woman is focused on the streets. A woman is focused on what society thinks instead of focusing on us and how we can become more knowledge and more powerful in those things. So I don't want to entertain a street entertainment woman where I can't be able to, we can't be in the house sitting at the table and we can't grow ourselves together. So we got to be able to understand each other. If a street woman, an entertainment woman, a street woman that just want to focus on the street and they care what dudes think, I want to be in the house with a woman where we can put our books together and put our stuff together without conflict, without other people in their ear, when we cutting off a TV, without cousins, without friends, without none of the street community. And when we behind those doors, I want to understand the meaning of true connection of a relationship. We working together, we in books, we doing music, we doing this, we educating ourselves together. But that's going to cause a woman not to pay attention to those streets, because that relationship bond got to go more strong. And that we have to understand those things and those matters. So we have to understand those things and those matter, and how we able to opposite those things, and we able to come free with that. I'm not going to have what I want in Texas. I'm not going to have what I want in these industries, because some of these women, they focus on comedy, they focus on the streets, they focus on that. I need somebody that's different. And people don't want you to leave because they stuck in their old ways. And I'm feeling the spirit of each human. God is feeling the spirit of each human. So I want to understand is that the opposite of the situation, what I want and when I would not allow in my circle. Because if your mind is focused on the street as a woman, I can't do nothing with you. I can't understand the meaning of that. It's not, I don't want to manipulate you. But I need us to have that great connection together. I don't want to do that. That's something I don't want to do. But if we can't understand that great connection together, and we in the house together, DJ Khaled talks about it, if you find that great connection with you, yes, I'd be happy, because we in the house and we building that relationship, we building that together. That love and that chemistry is coming together. We focusing and we working together. We doing it, and we don't got everybody in our hair. We doing it, and we can focus on us. It's like when we play board games, right? I tell people in Dallas County, some of the games I know how to do, some of the games I don't know how to do. So we playing Monopoly, Monopoly checkers, and Uno, whatever other game, Trouble. Come on, we can stop this rolling dice, and I want to be around people that we can play the red sign, or put your feet on this one, put your feet on that one. I want to have those kind of games around me. You know what I'm saying? It's not all about shooting the dice and doing all that. I want to have, not all about shooting a pool stick or playing pool. I want other things around me, other board games, other fun activity around me what I'm trying to do. I want other things around me. So, you got to understand what I want around me, and understand the type of energy I want around me. And not about just doing pool and doing the go. You playing pool, you go to, because I've been in the casino with my mom. And I don't want to make it this about that rolling dice and this and that. I want to play board games. I want to play, you put your feet on this red dot and you do this. And we having great creativity. We coming with games, bingo or whatever that is. I want to do games I like and understand. And I understand my value not going to match up. What I search for is not going to match up with some of the music entertainment. It's not going to match. It's not going to always match up with the street entertainment. Only time that Boosie went to a movie theater, Lil Boosie went to a movie theater when he went to see his premiere. You know, when I shop in the mall, I just don't want one thing. I just don't want to do with me. I just don't want to shop in the mall and just I'm scared to go there. I want to be able to see a movie while I shop in the mall. And that's why when I was on Live Me and I was talking to people from Paris and London, I was discussing my ideas. And I was talking to people from Paris and London. Do you got a movie in your mall? Because, you know, I don't want to just come in there to shop. I want to come in there and watch a movie while I still look around. So when I'm on Live Me and I'm on Big Live and I'm talking to people in Paris and London and all around the other world, do you got a movie in your mall? And they say, yeah, we got kind of stuff like that. Because I want to move in there because I just don't want to just, if it's in Asia, if it's in Asia, and whatever that is, at, do you got a movie theater in your mall? Because I just don't want to shop and see your, or most people, when they go to different places around the world, they want to see the sights. But also, I want to go see the mall, but also want to watch a movie in the mall. And here's the conversation I have on Live Me in Paris, and I'm talking to people in Paris and London, and we communicate what you got in this, what you're doing in this. We have that great connection, and we understand that great connection of that understanding. So I don't want to shoot dice, play poker. There's other fun activities I would like to do, and you know, if I'm in the house with people and we chilling, let's put the red dot on this one. Let's put our foot and everybody have to move. It's more things I want to do. Play Connect. Let's come on. I remember I used to play the game where we playing a surgery game and we have to not make sure that thing hit the thing. And I'm like, come on. And hit the thing. We have to grab this thing, make sure it don't drop or hit anything. And if it do, oops, we lost. Sorry, trouble, all the rest of this, all the rest of these things that Monopoly. If I'm in the house with people coming, let's play some Monopoly. Let's do these things. Let's do how these. Let's just connect on that level how we understand the things, and we are connecting to understand the bigger purpose here. Right?